Now, I'm going to give you 10 things that could potentially change when you're finally in the right relationship. Number one, you don't get anxious. You don't get anxious. See, when you're with the right person, you feel calm rather than anxious. Sure, you can have butterflies, but you shouldn't feel like a nervous wreck around your partner. Instead, they should make you feel safe and comfortable and needed. Number two, you don't question every little thing. You know that moment when you feel insecure in a new relationship and you think to yourself, am I the crazy person? Am I a crazy person? The answer is usually no. It's just that when you are into the right, it's just that when you're not in the right relationship, a partner can make you feel crazy by leading you to believe one thing and then flipping on a switch and acting totally different. And this typically just leaves the other person questioning everything that they do, think, or say, which invariably leads to you sending text messages to your friends or making quick calls to your therapist, wanting to find out what that situation or that scenario was all about. So if you start to feel that way, please, you are not in the right relationship, and it's your sign to get out of it quickly before you run mad. Ooh, do you understand what I mean? Now, number three, it's effortless. It's just effortless. AKA, you don't have to force a thing. Things just happen naturally. When you're in a right relationship, the other person will be so busy pursuing you, you won't have the time to figure out where they stand with you, because they will already be texting you, calling you, and asking you out on a regular basis. Plus, you won't feel nervous to just come out and tell them what you want and how you feel. It is just effortless. You don't have to overthink anything that you do because you're with the right person. The right person would not make you feel like you're putting too much effort or you're exerting yourself or you're chasing them. So that is one thing that changes when you're in a right relationship with the right person. Number four, you are on the same page about all the big stuff: religion, politics, values. Whether or not you want to get married and have kids, you're just on the same page with that person. I'm not saying that you have to believe the same thing as your partner, but the other person definitely needs to support you having your own beliefs and vice versa when it comes to important issues. If your values do not align together, if you do not believe what he believes in and he doesn't believe what you believe in, if you guys are not meeting eye to eye when it comes to moral compasses, then that's not the right relationship for you. It will feel like work. It will be nerve-wracking for you. Number five, what changes is that your partner meets your standards. You don't have to tell them about your standards, but they just know. And you meet your standards as well too. So you go on and make a list of attributes that you would want in a partner. And then you make sure that you meet all of these, your own standards too. And you know, this is powerful. It is so powerful because you attract what you put out into the world. So if you're secure, if you're kind, if you're honest, if you're driven, if you're funny, if you're all of these things, you're definitely going to attract the kind of person that you are. It works. I call it manifesting or whatever you wanted, but it works. So if you want a partner who is faithful, if you want a partner who is kind, if you want a partner who has the same moral compass as you do, then what you need to do is make sure that you're that standard. And how do you know that you are that standard? You're listing those things that you want to see in your man. And those things that you want to see in your man, make sure that you are those things. Because your man is that kind of man is going to be attracted to you because he sees you as a reflection of him. So you can't be asking for something that you're not. All right. So manifest what you want. If you want a man who never cheats, just as you will never cheat, manifest it, write it down, speak it into existence, and it becomes. Number 6, what you don't ever have to worry about when you're in a right relationship is that there is constant communication. Okay, there is some level of consistency that you cannot deny. They text you back, they call you back. And this sounds so trivial, but when people don't text you back and leave you hanging, your brain turns on you. And then somewhere down the line, you enter that crazy girl state, drafting especially long text messages that you may or may not send. But this isn't because you're actually crazy. It's because someone can't bother to write, hey, how are you doing? How was your day? Or what's up with you? See, if someone wants to text you, they will. If someone wants to call you, they will. In a right relationship with a person who is into you, there is an open line of communication that is consistent. And it makes you feel safe, not crazy. Number 7, they call you. I know it sounds like an effing lot to ask here, especially in this tech forward day and age when you can turn your face into a talking emoji head and shoot it over to your lover. But when someone really likes you, they want to hear your voice, not just text. Communication isn't a problem when you're with the right person. That's just what I want to let you know. So if you're having a bit of a problem with consistent communication with a person, just know that they're not the right one for you. Okay? You both are not on the same page when it comes to communication, and communication is a key to any lasting friendship or relationship. You can't beat that. Even your intimacy is going to be whack and full of distrust when there is no communication of any kind or any sort. Number 8, you can be your absolute self with them. See, if you've ever been in a relationship and you found yourself trying to be too cool around the other person, it is usually a telltale sign that you don't feel 100% comfortable with that person. You should never feel like you need to put an act or you need to put on an act to win them over. Whereas when you're in the right relationship, you can act like the complete goofball that you are, and your partner will think that it's the most adorable thing, which is amazing because you're just being yourself. Do you understand? So if you're not yourself in that relationship with this person, then listen. If you cannot fart, if you can, well, when I mean fart, don't just be stupid about going farting in front of someone, especially when they're eating or they're having a serious conversation. You just go about farting. It's stupid. But I'm just saying, if you feel the need to fart and you couldn't just hold it and you just did, you don't have to feel embarrassed because that person would just laugh it off. Do you get what I mean? Number 9, you have complete trust in each other. Look, you know that moment when someone you're dating is being shady and you ask to see their phones, even if it's to take an innocent picture together, and then they act so weird, thereby sparking those questions in your mind. Yeah, that's not a good feeling to have. It's also a pretty good indicator of the fact that you're not the only person that they're talking to, or probably they have something to hide. So if you cannot collect their phones and maybe scroll through their phones without them jittery, or if they cannot give you their phones so that you can make a call, a quick call or something like that, without you seeing them being hesitant, just know that something is up. They have someone else, okay? You're not the only one they're playing games with. And sorry to break the news to you, darling. Sorry to break the news. It is what it is. Anyways, when you're with someone who is committed, he will not flinch when you glance at his phone to give him a heads up, right? Maybe he just got a text from someone. You just tell him and he will not flinch. You might even know his passcode. Yeah. I know, but seriously, it's not really a big deal when you're with someone that you trust, someone who feels right for you. All right. Number 10, you don't pick fights intentionally. See, when you're in something that isn't just working, you can find yourself picking fights over the littlest of things. Things you know deep down aren't really a big deal. But when you're in a relationship you want to last in, you might find yourself asking questions like, is what I'm about to bring up worth it? Is this actually important? Or will it hurt my partner? Would it hurt my partner's feelings? Is it necessary to bring up that right now? Or could it be later when I am not so heated? See, in past relationships, you might just call out whatever is annoying you at the very second, and this can send you into, unnecessary fights. But with the right person, you put it all into perspective and then you save the bickering for when it's actually constructive. So you do not just bring out issues, with the intent of, if it's going to spoil the relationship, let it spoil the relationship. You really don't care. Do you understand? You bring out internal conflicts and you solve them with the intentions that it is not the problem against you and your partner. It is you and your partner against the problem. So you have to find an amicable way of communicating. So if you see that it's going to be heated, find a time when both of you are relaxed in order for you to communicate and listen to one another. So these are the signs to show that you're in a right relationship with the right person and it is good to go. And let me tell you something, it's hard to find the right relationship. So if you can find someone who you can go through the signs with, hold that person really firmly. Really what? Firmly. Because it's hard to find people who are emotionally smart, emotionally healthy, and are ready to stay committed to one person. I see you when I see you. God bless you.